may be, you all are welcome. Temporary views, you're welcome to my life. For those of you who are just joining in now, thank you so much for joining my life. When you join, do well to like. If you have not yet subscribed, please do so. Okay. Right here I am broadcasting on YouTube and here on Facebook, so you might find me tilting either to the left or to the right. That's because I have an audience on both sides. Thank you all so much for joining my live. As you all can see, I am putting on a Cameroonian t-shirt. That's just because whatever I have to say today is coming from Cameroon. So I hail the people of Cameroon. I greet them according to their time. Yes, we have Cameroon on the news today. It's rather unfortunate that whatever we have to say today is really not nice. Hi there, thank you for joining my live. When you join, do well to share the live. We have a lot to talk about today. Thank you so much for joining. Like the video, share the video, and give me a couple of minutes so that I can share my live and then we can talk on justice for the kids. Welcome there. Thank you all so much. Thank you for joining. Hi, Red Banana. Thank you for joining. Do well to like the video. If you are not following me yet, do well to subscribe. Hi, Zoe. Hi, Backwheel. Thank you all so much for joining my live. You're welcome to my live. If you're watching from Facebook, do well to indicate so I can greet you. Thank you for joining, Sharif. Thank you for joining my live. Red Banana, thank you. I already have so many people on YouTube, 17. Do I need you to like the video? I need to see the hearts. We have a lot of things to talk about today. I am wearing a Cameroonian shirt today. Take a look. I am wearing a Cameroonian shirt today. That's because whatever we have on the topic today is happening in Cameroon. And the slogan, as you can see, justice for one means justice for all. If we see injustice and then we sit quiet, it means we agree. Zoe, thank you so much. Thank you. So that is why I have decided to come up and talk about what is going on over there in Cameroon. So I am greeting the people of Cameroon. You all are welcome to Contemporary Views. Now, my name is Gillian, and this is Contemporary Views. On Contemporary Views, we discuss everything that is trendy. It just depends, but we always take home some lessons. So I am really glad to be able to do this live at this time. I had programmed the live a couple of minutes later, but I decided to come now because I feel it is appropriate for me to begin. Oh, Zoe, I'm sorry, probably the internet connection. I don't have the best internet connection. I decided to do this live now because I felt the connections are going to be much more better. But I'm sorry about that. All the same, thank you so much for joining in. As you must have seen on the caption, you're welcome. Thank you. Today, take a look. I am shirt today. Okay, that's fine. Hi there. If the connections are a bit stable now, let me know, please. If the connections are a bit stable now, let me know. I had to go offline on Facebook and restart the live again. Where's that spray? So much for those of you really being patient on YouTube. Thank you so much. If you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Jillian and this is Contemporary Views. Contemporary Views. On Contemporary Views, we discuss trends, and today we are talking on stories concerning Cameroon. Today there's an injustice that's going on, so I'd like for us to talk about it, because when something really bad happens and we sit quiet, it means we are a part of it. So we must get to say something about it, because it looks like. So I'd like for us to talk about it, because when something really bad happens, just give me a moment to share my life. Hi there, when you join in, do well to share the live. Thank you so much for joining in. You all are welcome. When injustice is happening and we all sit quiet, it simply means we are in accordance with what is going on. So I have refused to stay quiet and watch injustice happen. That is why I am doing this video. Now, a lot has been going on in the Cameroonian sphere. A lot has been going on in the Cameroonian space, and I don't find people talking about it. So I have decided to do this live, because it is often funny to watch a madman dance in a market square, but it won't be too funny if that madman is from your family. So people are quiet about what is going on, and I have chosen not to be quiet anymore. A couple of days back, say 5 days back, I did a live, and in that live, I was emphasizing on treating your children, or training your children in the way they should go, right? Because if you train them in the way they should go, when they grow older, they won't depart. And I was emphasizing the difference between Abdullah, thank you for joining. You're welcome. And when they grow old, they won't depart from what you have taught them. And there is a big difference between training and teaching. Yes, that one I brought it up from the scripture because I realized that talking to Christians, basically, when you're talking from the Bible, it is easier because they would easily relate because most of their teachings are coming from the Bible. Yes, that one I brought it up from the scripture because I realized that talking to Christians, basically, when you're talking from the Bible, it is easier because they will easily relate because most of their teachings are coming from the Bible. Okay, very well. I just managed to share the live again after starting from the beginning. Okay, so for those of you watching on YouTube, you can see on the caption there is a lady. Her name is Lidor. She's a Cameroonian musician. She's popular in the French section. For those of you who don't know, Cameroon is a bilingual country, 80% francophone and 20% anglophone. So Lidor is a musician who is famous in the francophone section of Cameroon, in as much as she is known worldwide, but more with the francophones. Now there is a scandal about this lady Lidor and her family, her father to be precise, that I want to talk to you about. But before we talk about Lidor, at the end, I'm talking to those of you on Facebook, on YouTube. At the end of the caption, there is a young girl who seems to be in pain. Let's begin with that because 5 days back, I had made a live video talking about that same girl. And I was emphasizing on the fact that people should train their children, train their kids in the way they should go. So when they grow older, they will still stick to the training they had from childhood. All right. Now, it is said that this young girl is only 9 years old. There is an ongoing would I say, social unrest that's going on in Cameroon for the past 8 to 10 years, and that has done a lot of displacement. So this young girl, as a matter of fact, has been displaced from her original home and brought to a place called Munya in the southwest region, and she resides in that place with her aunt. Her aunt has a son. The only information we got about the young man was that he's in Form 2. From my Nigerian viewers, that's something like JSS2. So he's still a young man who could be either 14, 15, or 16. So this woman lives with her sister's daughter who had left her home because of insecurity, because of the ongoing crisis, and moved to her aunt's place. Her cousin brother, who is a Form 2 student, began violating this young girl. This girl has been going through these violations. She went to discuss this with her aunt, who did not believe that she's actually going through some violations. Her aunt actually shouted at her and asked her not to mention the violations anymore. Now, it got so severe that one day, this young girl went to school. This video I am talking about is everywhere on social media. So many people have seen that video. It is not a video someone can watch without really feeling bad, because you could see a young girl who is only 9, who certainly doesn't even have any information on the effects of what she's going through. She's going through something that she herself cannot even explain. It is so bad that her aunt refuses to confront her son on that issue. So this girl had to go to school one day. All the children in class were busy participating in the activities that were going on. They were singing, they were clapping, they were dancing, but this young girl was only seated. So the teacher called her, the teacher beckoned on her to come forward, but she could not do so because something was going on. She was bleeding as she sat down. Now, when the teacher approached her to ask her what the problem was, then she began to tell her teacher that something had happened to her and that she was bleeding. And when the teacher insisted to know what had happened to her, she now opened up to tell her teacher that she has been violated repeatedly. As a matter of fact, in the video, you could hear her saying she's been violated 3 times. Now, the issue is she actually reported to her aunt, but her aunt did not take any measure, so the violations continued. In that video, you could see her bleeding profusely. When I say profusely, I mean profusely. She's not even up to the age to bear children. Reports has it that some of her vital organs, say her womb, had been destroyed because the penetrations were deep and rough. So that was the reason she was bleeding in that way. In that video, you could see the teachers trying to do the necessary first aid. When they washed her, the blood kept flowing and flowing and flowing and flowing. It is not a very beautiful sight. I am trying or emphasizing to explain this to you so that you get a full picture of what I am saying for those of you who have not gone through that video. Now, when I say justice for one is justice for all, it's because this case has been reported to the police. We don't have information if the young man in question has been arrested. Secondly, we don't know if this aunt, this woman in question, has been arrested. I would mention this again. You can find a madman dancing in the market funny just because that madman is not from your family. If that mad person is from your family, it will not be funny. You will not like what you're watching. I can tell you that for free. That is why I keep emphasizing on how bad and deplorable the situation is. This young girl was admitted in hospital, and the doctor says that her womb has been destroyed and it's going to be extracted. I don't know if the extraction is done already, but I don't see people making noise about this. People are quiet. Parents are quiet. Why are parents quiet about something like this? Especially the women. You all know what it takes to bring a child to this world. Are you all quiet because this one is not your child? Are you all quiet because this one is not related to you? I want to understand. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Justice for one is justice for all. I want to believe that this little girl needs justice at all levels. She needs justice. What she has gone through will spoil her life forever. She's not going to go through this ill without therapy. No one is saying anything. No one is doing anything. Even if people are doing anything, I don't see it visible. The noise is not loud enough. She's only 9 years old, for crying out loud. She doesn't even have knowledge of how to use her sexual organs. The question is, what did this young man do to her? We still have to hear from the young man. We still have to get the side of the story from the young man. Did he use a weapon or just his manhood or something? I don't get it. The damage was so severe. Reports say that this person is not up to 18 years old. that this person is not up to 18 years, but he already has a mind to violate his own. He is not even afraid to violate his own sister at home. This goes a long way to say that all the other young girls in that vicinity are not safe. And if nothing is done, things like this will still continue. We have a lot of broken people today living amongst us. These people were not just broken today. They were not just broken as adults. They were children who were broken as children. They grew up and now they have become broken adults. Things like this stem from acts like this. Something happens, people take it for granted, people make it look like it's the new normal. People don't make noise because it's not their family. It's a shame. It's a shame. I really don't know whether the government of that country is doing something in terms of this case, pertaining to this particular case, because this is not something that they will take lying low. It has a lot to teach the common man on the streets. It has a lot to teach the common man on the streets. Guys, I need you to like the video and I need you to share the video, all right? We are still going somewhere. She's only nine years of age. How does she sail through this trauma? The trauma is real. The trauma is there to stay. It's not like she's going to go through it just like that. It's going to take time, and it's so painful. It's so hurtful. I want to believe that women can rise up to this occasion and then make some noise about it, because it is not something any child should go through. It's not something any child should go through. Even the men out there, why are you silent? Why won't you talk? Don't you have daughters? Don't you have sisters? Everybody is just quiet. Please, I am speaking to that family. Don't stay quiet at it. It should be on that something was done for the sake of the sanity of this 9-year-old girl. What is going to be her tomorrow? How is she going to face the world? The few people who carried the video kept on posting her face. You all know how the internet is. It doesn't forget anything. Her face is going to always be out there, and people will always remind her of her ordeal, of whatever she is going through. It will always be out there. To her aunt, I need you to speak up now. Even if she is not your daughter, rise up to the occasion for humanity's sake. Tell the world what actually happened. At least some people will have to learn from this situation. Do not be quiet, for crying out loud. You are a woman. This young girl's life has been destroyed for good. I don't think things are ever going to be different for her. Even if things are different for her, it's going to take time. She has been scarred for life. The pain is going to be with her. She's going to live with that pain through life. We can make noise. We can make things right by spilling out what is not right. It's a shame that many people are quiet. So many people are quiet with something as bad as this. Guys, thank you so much for joining my live. You all are welcome. I am really disheartened today. I am really sad. Yes, the things coming from Cameroon are not good. Are not good. Are not good. I am wearing a Cameroonian t-shirt because I'm talking about Cameroon today. I need you to like the video. I need you to pump in some hearts, and I need you to share the video. That's the first half of the video. So justice for the 9-year-old girl in Munya. For those of you joining in just now, she was violated seriously, severely. It's a catastrophic. It is a catastrophic thing that happened to her. It is a shame, an embarrassment. So please, justice for one is justice for all. Now, I was just trying to throw light on this story because I already talked about it 5 days ago. For those of you who are just joining in, you can go back to watch my live 5 days ago. I talked about it. I was emphasizing on the importance of people training their children upright, so that at least when they grow older, they won't be broken people, especially the boy child. Yeah. So now there's this second story that I also want to bring to you. This one is really sad, very sad. For those of you on YouTube, you can see on the thumbnail there is a young beautiful damsel. Her name is Lidor. Lidor is a musician of Cameroonian origin. For those of you who don't know, Cameroon is a French and English speaking country. It's a bilingual country. 80% of the citizens of Cameroon are French, and then 20% of the citizens of Cameroon are from the Anglophone area. So this lady, Lidor, she is from the French part of Cameroon, so she's famous there in as much as she's popular because of the music she does. She's an icon, she's a star, and many people can relate to her name. For those of you who don't know her, just type Lidor on YouTube, you will see her videos, lots of them. Type Lidor on YouTube, you will see her. She's a musician. She's a popular musician in Cameroon. She sings in French. Okay. Now she has been on social media, on all platforms, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, for the past couple of days because something tragic happened. She is not the perpetrator of the act. Her father is. But for the fact that she is popular, everybody is talking about her instead, because it is her father, who doubles as her manager, who committed this atrocity. Now, it is said that her father, otherwise known as Tonton Black, that's his name, people call him in his locality in Yaoundé, that's how people address him, but his name is Dagobe Wafo, is Lidor's manager. Now, her father had an altercation with someone, and this ensued in a fight, and the two had to fight like men. And unfortunately for him, he was well beaten by this man. Let me say that again. Lidor's father had an altercation with someone. It resulted to a fight, and he got beaten in that fight. Now, it looks like he couldn't take the embarrassment of being beaten by his fellow man, so he got furious and went home. People thought that he's gone home because he lost the fight, but he was retaliating, actually. So he got home, he got a dagger, a very long one at that, and then moved to the house of the man he had an altercation with. That man had not gone home after the fight. He was still out of his house. He was still outside their home. So when Tonton Blake went to his house, he met his children at home. One of them was sitting in the living room watching TV. One other was in the bedroom, and the other one in the bathroom. Now, what did Lidor's father do? He brought out his dagger and then used it to stab that young child called Bebe Matisse. It is flooding all the Cameroonian space, all the blogs, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. He stabbed that young child twice with a long dagger. This boy was only 6 years old. Only 6. So now, when he began to cry after being stabbed by Tonton Blake, as everybody calls him, the other 2 children were inside, and when they heard or saw what was going on, they had to rush in and then lock the door up. The one in the bathroom locked the bathroom door, and the one in the bedroom locked the bedroom door. I want to say that that is God saving children like that. How did it even occur to them that they could lock up just before that? The remaining 2 children and then left the house. The story has it that this young child, after being stabbed twice, was able to walk. Thank you so much, Saharan. Thank you. That young child was able to go to his mother's place of business to report to his mom what happened, and then he was taken to the hospital, and shortly after that time, that young man, Bebe Matisse, he passed. He was only 6 years old. Now, this is a man who is supposed to be like the grandfather of this boy, stabbing him with the dagger. Because of community standards, I am not really able to tell you what I saw. I am not really able to give you the information, but I want to believe that even as I am saying it, you can understand. Sahara, somewhere in Africa, okay? Now, this matter was reported to the police, and an arrest was made. Shortly after that, the icon Lidor made a live saying that she didn't know her father to be a violent person, that she had never seen her father being that violent. Her father also, from detention, had to say that he doesn't remember, because when the incident happened, he was beaten and then taken to hospital. He was in coma for a couple of days, and when he came out of coma, he claimed he didn't remember stabbing that child. That child was only 6 years old. He was full of life and dreams. No one, especially in the government, is saying anything about it. The colleagues, artists, majority of them are quiet. Remember, when you are quiet to injustice, it means that you are participating, you are accepting, you are promoting injustice. It should have been a national problem in that country. It should have been a national cry, loud one at that. But even parents are quiet. That an adult stabs a kid over what? Because he was in a fight with the kid's father who got him beaten. It was an altercation, a public altercation. They argued over something and then they had to start fighting. He was beaten and then he had to take his revenge on a boy who was only 6 years old. Now, do you know the amazing part of the story? What amazes me the most? About 2 weeks before that incident, this same man, Dagobe Wafo, was in another scuffle. This time, he got someone else well beaten. And this person ended up in hospital, and in a couple of days, this person was on a line. This person passed. That was a pending case against him, but he was still walking free. Had it been an arrest was made when the first person he sent to hospital who ended up passing, if an arrest was made that time, maybe Matisse would be around us today. But no. I don't understand, because is it because of poverty or what? Why are people staying quiet when things like this begin to happen? Nobody wants to stand at the forefront to say anything. Everybody is quiet because it is not your relative, because the victim does not know you. You don't know the victim. It's none of your business. I want to believe that we all have some humanity in us. We all have some humanity in us. Allegedly, it's been said that in 2019, this same man had issues with someone, and he had to beat this person to stupor. It looks like this man is a fighter. He enjoys beating people up. For those of you who don't know, they say he's a teacher, a sports teacher. So it looks like he has so much energy around him to throw around. So he takes up beating, fighting lessons. Once he gets to meet people, he doesn't have any other way to settle scores with people other than fighting. Why is that? I want to believe that someone like that is not fit to be in our communities. He didn't start today. If you get to see videos about this same incident on Facebook and on TikTok, you will be shocked. So many crazy things are being said about this man. People claim that allegedly he has videos of, there are videos out there where he beats his wife until takes off all her clothes and stuff. That he's a violent man by nature. But now his daughter doesn't seem to share that with you, because his daughter says she has never seen him that violent before. And now that's what makes everything go south. You know, to be a star, a personality, a public figure, has a lot to do with your morals. It is going to be very difficult for her, but I want to believe that she can be sure to come out and tell the truth. We understand it's her father and her manager. There's no way you're giving your dad up in public, but it's rather unfortunate that what this father has done is condemnable. And the artist has condemned the crime but not her father. And then shortly after that, she had to leave the country and go to France. And now people say that she's going through emotional trauma. Let's accept that for a fact she's going through emotional trauma. Do you imagine what the parents of Bebe Matisse are going through? Matisse was only 6 years of age, a baby full of life, full of dreams. He was still a boy of only 6 years old. Can you tell the world, can you imagine what his parents are going through, losing him at that age and in that manner? Arrests have been made, but it's taking too much time. Information that is public on social media says he's been held in private and not in a public cells for fear of his own life, because people are angry. He had to degenerate until mothers from that area had to march and come out and crying for justice for this young boy before information was given that today he would appear before a judge for the first time. Which means that maybe, just maybe, if mothers did not come out to cry on the behalf of the parents of this boy, nothing would have been done. Just like it is alleged that he had a fight with some other person who is still in the morgue as we speak. They had a fight. This person was hospitalized due to the fight, and now as we speak, he is in the morgue. They're talking about 2019, that something happened and that this Bebe Matisse is his third victim. How does someone live in that manner and go scot-free? How? How the hell? How? How is it even possible? Please, I want to believe we all have people in our families that if we lose them, we will not feel happy. Justice for one person, justice for one is just justice for every one of us. I need more people to talk about this. This is supposed to be a medium for sensitization. We need to be sensitized. We need to take this information out there. Let people know that things like this are happening. It is shameful. It is shameful that justice has not been served up to this hour. Investigations are open, yes. But there are more than enough witnesses. There are more than enough witnesses who are willing to explain what actually happened. It is not supposed to take so much time. I am not also very sure of this information, but throughout today, the information on the net is their lawyer, the lawyer for this young man, allegedly was unalived. So who is going to represent them now? All the yes information on social media, I am not interested. I am just interested in the aspect of justice. I just want for people to speak out, for people to speak up. Today it is Bebe Matisse, tomorrow might just be your own relative. What kind of life are we living? Humanity is going away. It's walking away from human beings. It is so embarrassing. It is so embarrassing. When this man, when the arrest was even made, people claim he said his daughter will come for him because his daughter is actually rich. She's an artist. She's rich. He was saying that his daughter will come for him. So for those people who don't have daughters who are financially viable, what will now happen to them? I want to know exactly what will now happen to them. Already as it is a crime to be born in Africa, and an even worse crime to be born in some countries. It is shameful, it is painful, it is despicable. Justice for one is justice for all. If you are quiet in front of injustice, you are in full support of that injustice. Martins was only 6 years old. He didn't deserve to be unalived like that by a man who has almost lived a full cycle of his own life. He unalived a boy whose cycle is just beginning, only 6 years old. And now he says he doesn't remember that he actually perpetrated that act. Remember a premeditated act? You fight, you in that fight, and you're beat. You go home to your own house, get a dagger, and come back for a revenge, and suddenly you don't remember. That's the height of insanity. That's the height of it. I need parents to speak up. I need civil society agencies to speak up. I need human rights to speak up. It is embarrassing. It's a shame. A national shame, a public one at that. People like this are supposed to be extracted from our communities and then kept somewhere. They are not fit to live among others. When people become powerful, it corrupts their mind. They feel they can do anything and get away with it. It is shameful. It is embarrassing. My heart goes to the victims. Martins has already gone to the world beyond. My heart goes to his family and to the young girl who suffered violation. My heart goes to her. I pray that meaningful people in the society can come to her aid so she can get justice. I pray that sensitization be made on issues like this and on the importance please, can the humanity in you and I be wakened so we can address things like this? Well, I want to say a very big thank you to all of you watching. To those joining in just now, my name is Jillian, and this is Contemporary Views, where we discuss trends. Everything that is trending, we talk about it, and then we take lessons home. So thank you all so much for those of you who shared. Thank you to those who liked. And thank you to the new subscribers. Thank you all so much. Today, I leave you only with one word. humanity. All right, humanity. Have your humanity reignited. Humanity. Justice for one is justice for all of us. So guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We have come to the end of this life. See you on another life in the days ahead. Bye, YouTube.